Good evening, everyone. Coming in hot, like I said. That's why we're a couple minutes late. I'm sorry, but the Turn Giants, we like to be on time. So a couple minutes, please forgive us. Dash thought I wasn't going to show up, but I'm here. How you doing, bud?
That's how I'm doing. I'm
He's
excited.
doing woo-wee.
Ooh, we got ourselves an Empoli match this weekend that I think we're gonna do fairly well. Kind of excited for it. I got
Hold on.
some.
I said I'd do kittens. The kittens just walked into the room.
Yeah,
So
hopefully
I had to
it's
show
not.
kids.
Hopefully that's not bad luck because it is a black cat.
No, I think I might keep this one. It loves me so hard. It's the cutest thing. Look at the camera.
It's like looking at it. It's like, why am I here? What is going on?
Okay, sorry, I cut you off. Please continue.
No, you're good. You're good. We're with this. All right, back from our kitten transition, we're getting to talk some Empoli. We've got some news. We've got people wanting some fagioli, a little bit of fagioli, some dicka, looking for a new goalie. We got some things about Chiesa that you guys want to hear. Rabiot, there is some Rabiot news,
As always.
as always. We do have De Winter talking about said Rabiot. We got the Coppa Italia. We got some retreats. We got Allegri interviews. We got some news from Allegri as well from that interview, some tidbits. So let's get it started.
Oh man, that's a new one, I believe.
That is a new one.
He's keeping me on my toes. He's just is that why you said take another half hour? You had a whole bunch more sound bites?
No, I needed some more images just because some of the stuff I was looking at, I was like, this isn't really good because I'll just give you a spoiler. Empoli scores a lot of shithouse goals. So it's like there's not really a full play. It's just like a cluster in the box and they just somehow just tap it in.
Well, they're sort of a shithouse team.
They are. It's like Torino.
Sense. Yeah.
So it is like Torino. So the thing is the pregame match, the prep is literally the same as Torino. You're playing another Torino away in a way, except I don't think Empoli is as defensively disciplined as Torino is, just because of Juric. But yeah, it's definitely interesting to say the least because even the goals they conceded, I'm looking at them, I'm like they're all just kind of outside the box shots. There isn't anything crazy. I mean, even the Milan goals were just the crap house goals. It wasn't a full breakdown. It's open space, slot the ball to Leao. Leao runs 100 miles an hour. Bam, goal.
But that's sort of our weakness, isn't it? Are those shithouse goals? Those are the ones that always go in against us.
Yeah.
Because we're so rigid defensively. And it's our guys know what to expect. Because, I mean, we're third best defense in the league right now, and we're having a bad season. Not bad. 7 goals conceded. But, you throw the shithousery around, let's say, something outside of the playbook, and all of a sudden they don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I mean, Bonucci just steps out of the way when that happens, allegedly.
I'm going to be honest, expect a Maccabi Haifa kind of game, to be honest with you. I think, though, I think Empoli should be a walk in the park, in my opinion. But I don't want to say any team's a walk in the park at this point because a lot of teams have proven that they're not.
You can walk in the park through a hurricane. It's going to suck.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what's a
the only craziness thing that I've seen is Monza right now. That's even we thought that was a breeze, and we walk into Monza and we're just just kidding, guys. Delete the videos. Delete the videos.
Monza, I mean, might as well say it. We're facing them round of 16 of the Coppa. Monza showing up. No, they're not the best team, but man, they can throw out a few stinkers.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Second game, Oscar. Second game.
Yeah. I mean, those were 2 very different games.
Yeah. Oh, because we're not playing at home. We're playing in Empoli. Are we?
No, we're at home.
We're at home. I'm just kidding. First game.
Yeah, and
Why did I think we're playing away for some reason? What the hell's wrong with
I
me?
don't know. You're nuts because tomorrow. Now this is breaking news. Do it.
Oh, you want me to do it?
Yeah, do the thing for the breaking news.
Oh, you want me to do that thing? Ah, I gotcha.
New developments here at the Turin Giants. So I was talking to Kevin today. He is going to be at the match tomorrow. You know, he's our guy on the ground. We are going to start reporting straight from the stadium. So we're doing a watch along tomorrow. And I was going to come in 10 minutes before the match. I'm going to try to come in a fair bit earlier, at least half an hour before the match. And we're going to get Kevin on the lines. I know, okay, it's going to be off his phone, so it's not going to be like studio quality like we got here with the liquor cabinet behind us. But he's going to be live at the Allianz Stadium. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. Just stay tuned. Make sure you watch that. If you're not into watch-alongs, I get it. Not everyone's into that. But come for that pregame show because I know a lot of proms now, unless you have like Sky Sports or you have a cable subscription that shows these games, a lot of us, especially North America, we're on streaming services and they don't have that in the arena, the stadium, what have you. They don't have the reporter on the ground. You don't get a halftime show. You don't get a pregame. You don't get any of this nonsense. So we are going to start doing that for you guys because we can. Why not? So definitely check that out tomorrow.
I'm so happy we get to use that breaking news thing now more frequently.
I know
I feel
you
so
are.
happy that I made it. It was funny. Farhad was watching the replay and he's like, dude, I love it. It's awesome.
Yeah, because he's a big loser for them. His podcast, if you guys listen to the podcast, you know he's just discovered sound bites on the program he uses. He hasn't quite figured out, the timing to insert them yet. I mean, neither have we. We got to work on our game as well. But
hell no!
He's getting better. One of these days, we'll get ourselves maybe one of them fancy stream decks, and we'll just have like the control board. One day, guys.
One day.
But let's get back to the news, anyways.
So
you're the news guys. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, you got some of these articles and you want to touch up on Chiesa?
Awkward timing. Yeah, Chiesa. Let's do, because everyone loves Chiesa. Let's talk about him. Like I said, if you don't, I'm gonna kick you out of the stream. Okay, no Chiesa haters yet. Love it. So we were saying yesterday that he's maybe dressing up for the game, which is tomorrow, which sounded insane. He is not dressing for tomorrow's game. Like a language game, I was like, no, he's not dressing up. He may play for the Primavera on Saturday. Yeah. But still, that's good news. It's good news because we're not rushing Chiesa, but it's also good news that Chiesa is going to play a game of sorts to test out that knee, that ACL. So I think that's positive. I didn't want to see him this weekend. That would have scared me.
Yeah, I would have been terrified. Oh, I would have been like, what? I mean, we're desperate, but we're not that desperate. I'm like, whoa. Take a minute. Chill.
Oh, here's a question to throw us down a tangent. Yeah, okay. So it's gotten to they might release him. That must have came in today because I knew he got benched on the weekend and he was not happy at all. And there's the sad train rolling through.
The train heard the comment and it's like, nope.
Would you take him back for $10 million?
Oh hell no!
$10 million a season?
Like that's his salary, so he comes on a free transfer and you pay him $10 million.
Oh hell no!
How many seasons? Would you?
I wouldn't even take
$5 million for half a season, maybe.
If he were willing to take like a pay cut to like 6 or 7, maybe we can talk about it. Maybe I'm a little bit excited over it, but $10 million a season? Dusan's making 7.5, unless Ronaldo comes in and bangs in like 30 goals consistently, because dude hasn't played in like forever.
He did.
Can he do it?
That was sort of his thing. Well, okay. So Man United, dumpster fire. We all know that. Ronaldo allegedly was supposed to save the dumpster fire. But he didn't start the fire. The world was burning when the world was turning. If you know that song.
I know.
Weed in
that
his
was
oh
funny.
man. Okay, if you know that song, come it's Billy Idol? He didn't how many seconds could we play of this?
I think it's like 6 or 7.
Billy Joel. Said Billy Idol. Billy Joel. Okay. I'm gonna play you 5 seconds. Let's play 5 seconds. I will just share the screen real quick. Chrome tab. We didn't start the fire. All right. No?
I don't think
There's another
anyone got
5
it.
seconds randomly.
Well,
Okay. Hopefully we do not get hit on that.
yeah, Furious. We're talking about this. Yeah, look at the kid over there with the hat.
I hit the wrong button. I'm
was
sorry.
gonna
I
say-
hit the wrong button.
I thought I'm like, damn, did they shut the stream down already? Like, shit. Whoops. It was like, yeah, fair use. We're talking about educational purposes. So if you can see that red robe right there, that red robe, we're going to talk about that red robe real quick, just so we don't get copyrighted about it. So as you can see, it's a little bit at a 30-degree angle. We need it to adjust at a 50-degree angle. That's how you wear your cap and gowns, ladies and gentlemen. That is how you wear your cap and gowns. And as far as the calendar goes, yeah, especially with the calendar, you need the calendar to blow at 22 meters per second, so it actually gets that proper flowing effect as it's going through the months of the calendar and the days of the year. So thank you. That was your educational tip for YouTube videos today. Fair use again. Bye, and have a good day.
Yeah, fair use. I love it. Okay. So you don't know this song?
No, I don't.
Yeah, you need to. I'm watching for Pakistan. Don't you think Juve? Yeah, we think Juve. Think you mean talking? Yeah, we're gonna talk about Juve. We're just going on tangents because
it was a joke.
What we do.
Yeah, you missed the joke. Yeah, I think you probably jumped in before.
And maybe you missed the joke. Maybe you didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was talking about the dumpster fire of Manchester United. We were talking about Ronaldo, and there's our connection to Juve.
Yeah, because he's potentially being offered to us for free at 10 million a season.
And then I was talking about the song as reference, as a joke. We Didn't Start the Fire, which is an 80s classic by Billy Joel, which everyone should now listen. Well, stop listening to us. If the viewership goes to 0 for a couple minutes, I understand. Go watch Billy Joel's We Didn't Start the Fire. I digress.
Yeah.
I think the general consensus here is no, leave that fire burning.
Yeah,
over at Manchester
for sure. Because the thing is it doesn't even make sense. Because Ronaldo's going to come in, and he's going to want to start. And where's he going to start? On the left wing. He's not going to play. He didn't play striker for us when he was here with us, even though we were begging him to play as a number 9. He's like, no, I don't want to. So my thing is Ronnie, goodbye, good riddance. Unless you want to play for like $2.5 million as a bench player, I'm cool with it. But other than that, you shouldn't have left us hanging dry, dude.
Yeah, it's a hard pill to swallow. I think he's too toxic at this moment. And since we're trying to rebuild, and it's not a position like if he was a left back and we're screaming for left backs, we'd be like, yeah, sure, come on.
I mean,
but no, we just don't need it.
So he's commenting, Ronaldo did carry Juve a few matches, but yeah, he's not going to do that again. It's a totally different team, different manager, different everything. I just don't see him. And the thing is the club's just kind of like, hey, you did this. We're not cool with this. Like, I would be surprised if he's not being offered. I mean, even if
it was
he
just
was
hypothetical.
Even if the club, yeah.
It's just because these guys love to make us go down a tangent, and then other people get mad because we're not talking about Juve anymore. I take full responsibility for that one. The viewership did go down, so I hope you all did just go listen to some Billy Joel.
Billy Joel. But
yeah, 2K, you missed. You might want to rewatch because none of this might make any sense.
Yeah, none of it might make any sense. But yeah, because we were talking about Chiesa, and then we went on with that Ronaldo question that we got, and we were talking about Ronaldo. But I need to pull up the notes because I totally lost my train of thought.
Oh yeah,
All right,
train wreck for sure.
choo choo. So, Rabiot getting a new deal. So yesterday we talked about news that Real Madrid was potentially interested in Rabiot, and now
Yeah.
apparently Juventus is like, hey, let's get Rabiot a new deal. I'm only okay with it if it's like 3 to 4 million.
3 to 4. That's your price tag.
That is my
So,
price tag because he does one job.
Yeah, and he does it well, and he doesn't get injured, barring a few weeks this year.
Yeah, because the thing is like, he doesn't create chances. I mean, he has like the occasional 1 goal a season, but like other than that, like he
He
plays
got
defensive.
2, okay? Like, give him some credit. 2 at once.
I don't think he's an elite defensive midfielder.
Yeah.
Which
So you think he's 4 million max? I think that's really
I
what
think
the
he's
question is.
4
What's the
million
money?
with a 1 million bonus if he plays well. I to be honest with you, the only team that would give him that 10 million salary that he wants is gonna be Real Madrid because they're just throwing money at anything they want.
Just to have like the reunion tour again.
Yeah,
He did the reunion tour for Manchester.
like that would be the only thing with Rabiot or PSG if they were gonna do something like that. That to me makes no sense. Which then leads into our next segue. Is Coney DeWinter says that the most dangerous player at Juve currently is Adrian Rabiot.
Yeah, which I mean, that's coming from, mind you, a young guy that doesn't really get any minutes, but that's got to count for something.
I
He's
know.
technically a first team player.
I'm not gonna like dunk on Rabiot, but I'm a little bit shocked that DeWinter said he's the most dangerous person. I would say, maybe Dusan or Milik.
Okay, so Dusan hasn't necessarily proven that. He looks scary. He's got the body.
But is Nightbot says he's dangerous for Juve. But yeah, and then KB says, let's renew him and sell him. That's stoinks. But the problem is if we renew him, what's the price point? Because the thing is like I'd be down if we renewed him for 2 or 3 million and then we shipped him out for like 30, 40 million because we just renewed his contract. Heck
Oh,
yeah, I'd be down
that
with
would
it.
be insane. Yeah.
But
we know as well that his mother, at least, is very picky where he goes. So yeah, he might get all these offers to say Arsenal or wherever, Chelsea. They can afford him, but then it always comes to, oh no, I don't want to play there. And
yeah.
Personally, I mean, if I had the option to choose Turin or London or let's just say anywhere in England, if I had a choice of anywhere in Italy versus anywhere in England, I'm playing anywhere in Italy because Italy is beautiful. And England, I'm sorry if you live there, it's not that nice. It's the weather is crap.
Doom and gloom.
It's cold and miserable all the time. Your
Doom.
food's not great.
Doom and
I'm
gloomy.
not saying anything about you as people. It's just I'd rather be in it, guys. Let's be honest.
Doomy and gloomy. But the thing is like I've always had this take on it. If you're being managed by your mom or like by a family member,
Yes.
I can't take you seriously as an athlete. I'm sorry. Because it's like it skews with negotiating, opens up problems, drama with the club. Like, I'm sorry, if you're managed by a family, uncle, friend, or a parent.
Especially your mother, though.
Yeah, like even like I had issues with Dybala being managed by Antun. Like I always thought that was sketchy as heck.
Yeah, that was a cousin.
I think it was a cousin / used car salesman. Tomato
Definitely
tomato.
a used car salesman.
So like yeah, with Rabiot and his mom, she's an issue because the thing is, I get it because she's his mom, wants the best thing for her baby boy, but like, yeah, it's just not good business, man. So the other news transitioning onto the next part of our little quick pre-news show is there was a mini retreat before the match. I believe they had a mini retreat for, I believe it was a day and a half too, right before the game.
I mean, is it even a retreat if it's mini?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's
I
just
think,
like going out for a picnic.
I personally think retreats are corny in my opinion, especially mid-season. Like, I don't know. I don't
If
think
it works, it works. I don't know.
it's a kumbaya. It's a corny corporate kumbaya. Like, oh hey man, my work scores are low. Let me get all my
So-
team together and get pizza.
Now, there's one thing I do have to say though. And as you know, I do go away for for work. And when you are away for work and you're just with that core group of people for extended length of time, there is a certain level of bonding that happens. So, I mean, to do it for a day or 3 days, or whatever, I don't think that's really long enough. It's usually like the 3-4 week. 3 or 4 weeks typically is what it takes, because that's the point where you've gotten mad at each other and all that stuff is out.
So summer preseason,
Yes,
like they did.
yes, and they don't get to go home for the whole preseason. So
I was gonna say, summer preseason, which is what they've already done.
yeah, so that's just the question: is it really worth like these 1-day things? How much value does it bring to the table? And
Yeah,
I'm hoping it is. They're doing it. I'm hoping it's for a good reason. They know better than me.
Yeah, I'm not too crazy about them, especially mid-season, unless you're keeping the team for like an extended month, and then we have our cat cameo for the day.
Our second
But
cat cameo for anybody that
second.
missed it. This is a different one.
So, we'll talk about the Allegri interview. So, a couple of quotes that Allegri dropped today in his pregame show. So, he said, "Well-deserved victory against Torino, for it became an important success. We must have some continuity, starting with against Empoli." So, yeah, we gotta string together some wins. We haven't even gotten a winning streak going in the league right now, which is a little bit oof. Because it was win against Bologna, loss against Milan, win against Torino. So this one's good, a big game to set a trend. Because even though we can talk about our performances last year, once we started playing against those lesser quality teams, we started stringing together a couple of wins, and the team looked a little bit more decent going into the February/March timeframe of last year. So I think I definitely agree with that, where we need to start stringing it together and having some continuity. And then Uncle Allegri also says that at the moment, Chiesa and Pogba are not available. Federico participated in 2 training sessions, while Paul only partially joined the group in the last session. The 2 of them will be not called up tomorrow. Emphasis on the not. So sorry for anyone that had any hopes and dreams. No bueno. But Didier Deschamps has said that he is expecting Pogba to play in the World Cup.
Ooh, there you go.
To continue on, Allegri is talking about the team mentality here, saying that the team is doing much better mentally. The victory against Torino gave us some more serenity. The mood of the group is also dictated by the results, so we have to be careful against Empoli tomorrow. Then this is where he's talking about Dusan, where he says Dusan not only scored, but also played one of his best games technically. I think it means tactically in the translation. I am happy as Keane as well because he's growing a lot. Okay, that's funny. I'm not gonna make fun of Keane. That's a little bit too harsh.
Don't be rude. It's Keane we're talking
It's
about. He's the chosen
Moisey.
one.
He is the chosen one. But going on from there. So he's talking about Empoli. So Empoli is a fast technical team. To win, we have to put ourselves on par with them and show that there is more value. And on the other hand, we think we're superior. If we think we're superior, we risk making mistakes, which is funny because here's the thing. So a lot of the goals Empoli have scored in the season have been pickup goals or shithouse goals per se. So they do get some very interesting goals off breaks. It isn't even like per se a tactical breakdown. It's just a scrum in the box that they just happen to find a boot.
We got Streaker Sam in the channel. How's it going?
Streaker Sam, what's going on?
Oh man.
So.
Yeah, we gotta one of these days. Remind me, I gotta put that video back up of him streaking. It's not really streaking, he had clothes on, but you know.
And then he says games are now played in 15. I don't understand what that means. 15 minutes, 15 seconds. Those who come off the bench need to become decisive how many minutes that they're getting. So the thing is, the one thing I want to add about this is I think this is one of my biggest critiques for Allegri is because he struggled with substitutes. And again, we don't really have the best substitutes, but for some reason, I think ever since we've started doing 5 substitutes, Allegri's just kind of been a little bit lost in the sauce, I would say the least.
Lost in the sauce.
So he does talk about Allegri and McKennie. So all the people that have been frustrated with those two. So he does say McKennie is coming from 11 games consistently nonstop, as well as Cuadrado coming from many more games. He's like, I need to evaluate things because a lot of us have been saying that McKennie and Cuadrado are zapped. They're completely tired and have no legs left. So
Got no legs
next,
left. Yeah.
he also goes on to talk about here saying, I would like the roster available to make changes. A friendly will be arranged for Chiesa on Saturday morning to see his fitness level. Paul has done this partially, but he hasn't had a serious workout since July. To rush everything is madness. So this is him kind of attacking all the tabloids, saying that both
Yeah.
Pogba or Chiesa will suit up by Friday, by tomorrow. That's not clearly says it's not happening.
Nuts. It's
He needs,
nuts. Why would anybody
yeah.
even believe that? It's nuts.
He's saying that he does need to test Chiesa's fitness levels out just to see how they're doing, as well as Pogba has not done any strenuous exercise since July. So it's going to take some time, guys. And then Allegri says, I am not making predictions. I don't want to look at the standings. We have to think of it game by game. Totally agree with him there, even though we're 10 points off. FYI.
Who's counting?
We have to, unfortunately. So he talks about Bonucci here. So he says, Bonucci is the captain of the team. He is a player of character and quality. I also have to manage his energy according to the games we play. He is a man of responsibility, and he gives us value by playing and not playing. I need to see Bonucci put in a performance. I think he seriously needs to put in a performance because his way of play the past couple of games have been highly suspect. And I get Allegri's backing his player there, but I think there needs to be a conversation because the fact that he got nutmegged like that, I'm not too happy with. And then
He
Nightbot
needs to step up and not step aside.
and Nightbot says, is Di Maria available tomorrow? Negative. During the Maccabi game, he had a rupture in his hamstring, so he is out for a while. I believe 20 days. That's Bremer, but I believe Di Maria is out for a couple of days for
Bremer
sure.
and Di Maria are coming back within about the same week, I think.
I think it's right before the World Cup.
Yeah, it's like early November. Of course, those are loose numbers as always. KB coming in hot with just Bonucci should be benched straight up. And Oscar coming in with Bonucci should be sold. And yeah, calls for Gatti. Yeah.
So KB, we got something you might like later. And then Allegri also continues by saying, we are quite in line with what the defensive phase should be. I don't disagree with him there. He's kind of talking about our defense. We're technically third in the league in goals conceded. So third best team defensively. So that's not, I don't disagree with the statement there, but I do think there are some shithouse goals that we concede that we got to tighten up on a little bit.
The ones we're going to let in tomorrow, in my prediction.
Come on, man. Come on, Dave.
Predictions? Yes, let's start getting predictions in.
But yeah, you guys go ahead and type them in. I'm going to finish his interview. And then he talks about Moretti a little bit here. So he says Moretti is doing better. He's played many games early in the season. That takes a lot physically and mentally for him. Also, Fagioli and Sully are growing. They will find playing time in the future in 6 months when they're sent out on loan.
Well, Fagioli apparently has a few suitors. I don't know if we're talking loans or straight up buying. There's like a list of 4 or 5 teams, and I don't know. Again, I'm gonna try to refrain, and until I hear the news multiple times, I'm gonna try to refrain from just like regurgitating all the nonsense. So I just don't want to fill everyone's heads with the nonsense. But let's just say at this point, for Jolie, people are starting to look at him, noticing he's not getting playing times, and maybe he's a decent enough player that they might want him on their team.
Question is where is Fagioli being sent to? I'm curious to see that. So then,
I think Empoli was one of the Monza.
Monza and Empoli.
Sassuolo. Like I said, it was just a bunch of random like low and mid-table teams.
No, I got you. I'm surprised Cremonese hasn't thrown their hat into it because he was playing with them in Serie B.
Yeah. Well, maybe he's just going to look at Serie A
so
anyways.
Nightbot says, so almost all of our new signings are injured. This was not a good transfer window for sure. I think it's a little bit too early to give the verdict on that. I think right now the one that's the big question mark is Di Maria, but like with Bremer was playing well. He just had an unfortunate hamstring tweak, and then I think Paredes has kind of been on and off per se as far as his performances. So I still think, I mean, being objective here, I still think it's a little bit early to say the window was a flop because Milik is playing well. Milik was done in this window also. Same thing technically, Fajoli as well. So I think there's a lot of players in there that I think it's a little bit too soon because again, it's still October. So a little bit too early on that verdict. So I don't want to sit there and say the window was a flop or not. And then KB says 2-0 Vlahovic, and it's Milik Man on this channel.
Milik Man.
And then Sam's comment. So if Allegri has cojones, he would put McKennie and Loca out and play Moretti and Fajoli. Next season, we have to get Ravella back. You know, the thing about Ravella is like he had that great game against us, but he got suspended literally the next couple of games after. He's been getting a lot of red cards.
That is interesting, and but sometimes, you know, there's not necessarily discipline at certain teams, and I feel like Juventus has maybe too much of an old school discipline mentality, good or bad, whatever. I think yes, he might still be a little crazy because we've had our Vidal or Tevez's whatever. The loose cannons. It happens, but that's also not bad. As long as they learn to rein it in to the point where they're not doing it all the time. I mean, once in a while, you need a good old fiery red card. Like after that Salernitana match, for instance.
Yeah.
I mean, we got a red card for taking a shirt off. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about like getting a red card because you stood up for your guy and got in a fight kind of thing. I think just once in a while, you kind of, maybe that's very North American of me being a hockey fan that you just want to get all fight, but you know what I'm saying?
No, I get it, dude. Yeah, there's moments where you're sitting there and like, dude, punch the guy or something. No, I get it. It's just the thing is like too, because we got to make up ground. Also, so the thing is I think it's got to be a mix when we're playing those youngsters in too. But I did look at the stats. Ravella is technically Monza's second best player behind Sensi. So yeah, I mean, that's good.
Sensi's pretty, like he's got a few years under his belt as well, playing with Inter and whatnot.
Yeah, the thing is like I don't know, man. I don't understand the move we did with him. Why we sent him out? Because he's like a natural sub for Paredes.
It's just we had to move something. That's what it was. Is we moved what we could move.
Yeah, it's just so odd. I know, and I hate saying this, but if Rabiot moved, we probably would still have Ravella.
Oh yes, for sure.
So
but,
yeah.
and that's the problem is that we couldn't move either way. Ingoings, outgoings, it just didn't work out. And I mean, that's life. You can't expect to have 100% transfer market, especially when you sign free agents on $7.5 million a year. You know, you can run into this.
Yeah, because the thing, and you know, and the thing with the young players is like games like, for example, problem is like we don't, because if we're up 2-3 nothing against Empoli, I'd love to see them switch and make sure that all like Sule, Moretti, Fajoli, and all of them are playing together. But it's like right now we're struggling with our starters, where it's like if you sprinkle in a youngster, you run the risk, man. Because the thing is like Allegri and some of these coaches say it really well too. Like, I mean, if we're just splashing in youngsters in a tough situation, if they flop, man, it messes with them mentally. Because like I think even Bepe's mentioned it too, because he's like, we got to remember that these guys are kids. They're 18, 19 years old, where it's like, I want to see Sule play. I want to see Moretti play consistently and all these guys, but I think it's got to be a little bit of a transition. And am I saying, is the transition happening properly? No, I don't think so. I think Allegri still kind of trusts Quadrado, trusts McKennie more than he trusts the younger guys. But like, there's a couple of these transfers where I just, especially the Cambiaso and the Rovella one, where I was just a little bit like, I don't know, I was a little bit skeptical of it, and as well as like tactically too, because like I think the younger players are used to playing a certain system because again they're not young, naive. So it's like also with the mess that we have tactically, I think putting them in there is just kind of a mess because it's like, where are we playing Fajoli? Like we're playing Fajoli as a CDM and he's not really a CDM.
Yeah, and we both mentioned it. We don't think he's really quick enough for Serie A right now.
No, I still think he's little. He's got good passes, good play with the ball, but I just think he's slow.
He's like Arthur. Him and
Yeah,
like he's a cheap Arthur. I would interchange them at this point, really.
yeah. It's just like the thing, and again, he'll develop and get better, but it's just like right now, from what I've
Hopefully, but
seen,
Arthur didn't.
yeah, he didn't,
So I mean,
unfortunately.
yeah,
Yikes.
we got to be like we can't get on this whole like young stud train either, right? Like
Because and the thing though is like on because I think it was Sam that said Pedri and Guavi, like
yeah,
those guys are something else, man.
they
I'm
are a different
sorry.
level.
Yeah, those
Like
guys are different. Like,
Moretti's are closest to that.
yeah, like Moretti, no offense to Moretti, but Moretti can't shine those guys' shoes. Like those guys are insane. Like even like Fati before he tore his ACL was like
Yeah,
ridiculously good. But like the thing is like because Barca was a mess though, like with Koeman, with even and I think Javi as their coach, I don't think he's that good. I think he's probably gonna get sacked eventually because I just don't see him as a good tactical coach. But like those guys, so like Pedri and Guavi are consistently starting for Spain, where it's like Moretti hasn't even broken through yet. Those guys, it's not fair to compare Moretti to Guavi and Pedri because like those guys are like the second coming of Xavi and Iniesta. Like those guys are that good. Like
just
those
coming in at
guys,
the right time together, and it's
yeah.
that happens what like once every
Once a
25 years.
twice a generation per se. You could argue say twice a generation.
But
Like I don't think it's fair to Moretti to like put him in an echelon where you're like saying that, Xavi or Guavi and Pedri are playing because those two are a different breed, man. Like you can tell the way that they play. Those guys play like they're 30 years old, maturity wise. Like the way that they're able to read the game and do that. It's a different level. I mean,
and
even when they first came in when they're 15, 16 years old, they were already there. Like it just like I remember when they first debuted, they were balling out.
yeah,
So
I agree with Sam here saying if you give them playing time, they'll. He's saying get to that level. I don't know if they will because
I don't think
I
they
do
will.
think they are just a generational talent, just a generational pair in that sense. But yes, you're right. We do have to play these guys. We do need to develop them, if at the very least, just to raise their price tag to sell them because we can't keep all. We know that.
Yeah, well, and then so the other thing too, so KB touched on it as well, is so Barcelona from La Masia to the senior team all play a 4-3-3. The entire system is a
Yeah,
4-3-3.
that's an excellent point,
The
and we
same
are looking at
tactics as
that.
well. We're
Because I thought,
trying, yeah, we're
yeah,
trying to do that, but the problem is our first team doesn't have a set formation.
well,
So like
and yes, I mean it was supposed to be a 4-3-3, and there you go. But
yeah, because and that's the thing, like, because Pedri and Guavi, when they walked in and they balled out. Like with Fajoli, with these guys, like they got loaned out. Moretti didn't get loaned out, but Fajoli got loaned out, so he's learning a different style and getting experience playing somewhere else. It's not a fair comparison because like the thing is like previous to Juve, previous to Barcelona having kind of the mess that they've had the previous couple of years, like La Masia used to pump out players like it was nobody's business. Like Barcelona probably had one of the best youth systems
Mhm.
ever besides Ajax. Because like you don't get Messi, you don't get Xavi, you don't get Iniesta, you don't get Busquets, you don't get Puyol, you don't get Piqué, you don't get Victor Valdez, you don't get all those players.
man, you're just
Like
tossing out all the names.
I'm saying like I'm serious,
Goddamn
man.
encyclopedia.
Like they developed Pedri, David Villa. I mean, David Villa actually went out and played for Valencia a little bit, but like the players that they had, it's tough, man. Like you can't compare us to Ajax or Barcelona when it comes to youth players because those guys are like renowned for it. Like it's
Well,
just
like even Atalanta have in recent history has been doing better than us. They just they play their, and I guess they have that. That's not fair to say because I mean Barca, uh, Real. I mean they're top teams. Atalanta isn't, so they have to play the younger guys. I get it, but still within our own league, we're supposed to be the best, but there's people doing it better than we are in this
well,
in this
yeah.
specific part.
And then
We have to get better at it.
and then we also have to acknowledge the fact that guys, we started this youth program like not even 5 years ago.
Yeah, just
Like
way
this.
too late, really.
Yeah, it is way too late. So like the thing too is like, and I don't disagree. I think we do have good youngsters on, and ironically, Ravella is not technically considered a Juve youngster because he went, I believe, he went through Genoa's system, and then we
Yeah.
bought him.
Yeah, he's
But
not
like,
homegrown.
yeah, he's not homegrown. But like the thing is like we do have great young players, and it's one of those things where we have to sit back and take a step back and understand that guys like we've only been doing this for like what 2015 or 2016 is when the whole like under 23 project actually started.
Mhm.
Because we didn't technically have something like that. We were one of the first in the league to do it. We had Primaveras. Everybody had a Primavera, obviously, but like as far as an under 23 team, I think we're the only club in Italy that has that. I don't think Inter, Milan, or any of those guys have that. So
No, they don't.
the under 23 project's only 5 years old. Barcelona, they have an under 5, an under 6, an under 7, under 10, under 12, under 16, under 19, and then under 23 or Barcelona B.
Well, you're starting to see it, especially internationally. I mean, my nephew even tried out for it, Juventus Toronto, where Giovinco is now working. So I mean, you see it in these larger city centers where there is that perhaps maybe more Italian, but that soccer, footballing, that there's enough kids playing it, right, that they can set up an academy.
Yeah.
So that's good to see. I was actually surprised because I was driving to one of my buddy's houses, and it's just funny. You kind of have to take one of these back streets, and that's where the Juventus Academy is, just on this back street. And I had no idea that it was even there, and I had to search it up because there's the big J at the side of this massive sports complex. This is essentially, and yeah, sure enough, they had just set up a youth academy in the Toronto area. So it's happening again. It's just really new.
Yeah, it takes time. And the thing about it too as well is that I'll mention is like we got to be careful with recency bias because like for example some of our senior players, their performances, we might develop a little bit of recency bias of like, oh, these guys stink, they're garbage and blah blah blah. And then like if we put in the youngster might take a touch or do well and then say that they absolutely lay a goose egg, then people are going to lose their mind per se on those guys because like
That is also true.
because we got to remember, man, the fan base is a young player's worst enemy. Because like they'll love you for a day or two, and then the second you play a goose egg of a game, they will turn on you and come after you like it's nobody's business.
Yep.
So we got to be cognizant of that. So I do think that the younger players need to get some shots to get them going, get them rolling a little bit, but to completely transition and switch out from what we have to them, I'm not a big fan of that. I think we need to pump the brakes just a little bit. I think we should sprinkle them in depending on the result, but unfortunately we haven't been able to dominate a game.
Yeah, which is really, I mean, what we should be doing, is it not? But I mean, this is what all our retreats are for, right? Those 1-day retreats.
Sam is saying, hit that like button.
Yeah, hit that like button. Why don't you?
And then I think KB and I are on the same wavelength with this one. So out of all the youngsters, I rated Ravella very composed on his game. So I was a big fan of him. That's why I was a little bit upset when we sent him out instead of Fagioli. But it is what it is. Before we go into the pregame, I think the last tidbit of news is our Juve scouts were looking at a new goalkeeper. His name is Mama Dasvili.
Oh, yes. Let's see, Hungarian.
He's Hungarian from Monaco.
Yeah, that's just one of the names. Again, like I've heard a few different names. Once I start hearing these names multiple times, which the one you just said, Mama Dasvili, I'll learn it eventually. Just like I said, I'll learn Kvaratskhelia name, which I'm still stumbling over.
Yeah,
but we'll get there.
Because the other thing too is because they're saying something about Szczesny's renewal not being sure. He says Mama does wheelie. Yeah, I mean, if you want to break it down in syllables like that, Mama does do wheelies. Yeah. But,
yeah, that works.
There is whispers in the air talking about that Szczesny might not get renewed.
I'm not really surprised.
I'm not either. So that means if they get a young goalkeeper, I think that means Perina is going to become the official starter.
That would be and
I don't see. The thing is like we actually have probably one of the best goalkeeping situations.
Oh, we do currently, yeah.
Yeah. So because the thing is he says he's
He's
Georgian.
Georgian. Thank you.
But because I think so, because Perrine's technically a starter on backup money. Because he's only getting paid
Yeah.
$1.5 million.
Was it even that much? It was like
No,
1.2 or something.
1.2.
Stupid.
Yeah, 1.2,
Yeah, and it was
1.3.
really, regardless, it was so cheap.
So yeah, with the whole new goalie talk, I mean, Chesney's like probably up to Vlahovic salary wise, 6.5, 7.5 million. So I think the club might. To be honest with you guys, if you see reports of us letting Chesney go, don't be shocked.
Yeah. I guess this is one of these news things that has not been reaffirmed. And I mean, it's brand new. But I mean, I'm all over this one in the sense that it's very plausible and I can see it happening.
And then Nightbot says, "What about Pinsiglio? He's just a hype guy.
Yeah,
He's
and he's old too. He's 32.
yeah, he's
think.
like 32, 33.
So
But he's
I mean,
also
again, a
homegrown.
perfect third keeper though.
Yeah, and also like the way that he lines up because he's like a homegrown squad player
But
as
yeah, he
well.
doesn't take a
So
spot.
he doesn't take a roster spot.
Yeah, he just kind of hangs out and makes the espressos.
Yeah,
And just like
he's
pats
and
guys
he
on the ass.
think about it though, like he's probably got the best job in the club. He gets like at least I think it's like 700,000 euros a season, and he just chills.
Yeah, just to hang out.
Like he
Just
hangs
to be
out,
a
works
bro.
out, plays with
It's
everybody.
amazing.
Like that is probably one of the best things ever.
His body is probably in perfect condition because he has access to like all the physios and whatever, but he never plays a game, so he's never like beaten up or anything. So
No, I know.
he just gets massages for a living.
And then Andrew wants your jacket.
Oh, you said you got no, he says he has one. He got the same one last year. Yeah, it is pretty cool. Thank you. Yeah, I want to get something more long sleeve in my so I can stream in my cold dungeon of a basement here. So yeah, no, I it's actually really nice. I'm not typically a huge fan of the Adidas gear. I find it fits, I don't know, like kind of tight around the ankles and wrists. But no, this one's really nice. I love it.
So
I want still, yeah. Nightbot wants his job too. Of course, we all do.
we all do. And then and we talked about this yesterday. This is a rough time. So like, I mean, one of the things on our channels where we just kind of have this open community where we did a call-in show yesterday for people to call in and it's just talk and have some fun. But hey, I'm with it, man. We got to all come together, just sit down, chill, have some fun together, tell some jokes, tell some laughs, and not hype on this like pessimistic train of like making fun of this club or the project and stuff. We're all fanatics, man. I get it. We love the club. We get frustrated when we lose, but at the end of the day, we can't really change much about it. We're just a bunch of people that are watching the game. We'll report some things, give you some commentary, have some fun with it. So as long as you guys can leave our streams a little bit happier than when you come in, that's our job well done for us.
That's so heartfelt. It's like
No.
kumbaya now and stuff.
Kumbaya. This is our retreat, guys. All of you
Yeah,
guys are in
we're
a
on our
retreat.
retreat. Yeah.
And then KB says, I hit the like button like my mama taught me right. Yeah, damn right she
yeah.
taught you right, KB.
Yeah,
That's
I
a
can
good
tell
mama.
you're a good person. Your mama did teach you right.
Yeah, we love you, KB. You're one of our OGs.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, I did get your message in Discord. I will get back to you. Sorry about that.
And then, so the last tidbit of news before we talk some Empoli stuff, transition into it. So right now, Juventus is looking at Eintracht Frankfurt defender Ndika.
So this is a name that he was in the last transfer. I mean, that's only a couple months ago, but I mean, this is a name that's recurring. So I'm on board with this one. This one seems serious.
His contract is expiring at the end of the year.
Yes,
so
he is a free agent.
Yeah. Yes, so he is a free agent. He's valued at 25 million euros last summer. So I think it looks like we might try to pick him up in January to get him on a cheap, or
that would not be bad. I'm down. Yeah. I'm down for that.
I like the article because it says Bonucci is no spring chicken, and Rugani never really embraced the club. So I think Ndika, if he does come, I think he's replacing Rugani. Because does Rugani leave this summer or the next summer? I think next summer.
I think he still has time. I don't think he's one.
Yeah. So
I mean, do I have to hit up transfer market now?
So yeah,
Daniele. I just like saying Daniele
Rugani. But overall, I think that's So check out the news, especially towards the winter transfer window for Ndika. So he is a center back that's at Eintracht Frankfurt. So not a bad center back. Does play very well. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Wouldn't surprise me if I see some of our loan players coming back, depending on how things go. But
Okay, where does it tell you? Well, he came from Calgary, in 20. Oh, he was on loan. That's right. Yes, okay. Contract expires June 30th, 2024. So he has a year and a half.
So we'll see. I
Are
mean,
you kidding me? The Transfermarkt has a pronunciation.
do they?
Oh, I'm sharing this. This is hilarious. I didn't know they did this. You have no excuse. I mean, neither one of us has an excuse now.
He's throwing me out. He's like, you have no excuse.
Well, I mean, you're significantly worse than me, but I'm not perfect by any means. Oh, does it play the audio?
Daniele Rugani.
It didn't, did it? Okay.
It did. No, I played it. I heard it. I
Oh,
heard
did it?
Daniele.
Okay.
I heard Daniele Rugani.
Okay, so what was the other player? Who do I have to search out now?
Ndika?
No, the other guy. Mama does.
Oh, Mama does wheelie?
Yeah, like how do we actually write his?
Mama does wheelie?
Mama does wheelie. I'm just gonna type that in. Okay, I'll look once I know. I'll put the screen back up. I guess you might as well start with your tactical at this point.
I gotcha.
Yeah, because we're done. Yeah, we are done with the news, right?
Yeah, we are
Was
done
there
with this.
doggy? KB's calling doggy. Was there doggy
Okay.
on screen?
So the interesting thing is, so before I share the screen, so Sky Sport released a potential lineup for the game tomorrow, and I'll release what FOTMob gave me. So Szczesny is your goalkeeper, Quadrado in the back is your right back, and then you have Bonucci, and then KB is gonna love this. Gatti is on the list, and then Sandro, midfield of McKennie, Paredes, Rabiot, Kostic, with Keane and Vlahovic up top. That's one projected lineup. This is the second one, but as Allegri is, we don't know what lineups are at all. So this is going to be the next lineup that we see here. So we have Sandro, Bonucci, and Danilo in a back three with Kostic, Rabiot, Locatelli, McKennie, Quadrado in a five-man midfield with Milik and Vlahovic up top. Empoli is going to respond with a 4-3-1-2. Kind of like to see us play in this kind of formation, but we never will. So you've got Koni, who is replacing Ismaili as center back. Ismaili was Empoli's best defensive center back, so they do not have Ismaili. So he is their rock in the back that they do not have, unfortunately. Then you have Stojanovic, you have Luperto, you have Parassi, you have Benedelli, Marin, Haas, and then this guy is probably their dangerous player going forward, Bayrami. And then you have Satriano and Destro. Bayrami's probably by far. I'm surprised he's still at Empoli, man, because I thought he was either going to go to Lazio or go to Fiorentina. He is a center attacking midfielder, probably one of the best cams in the league. Last season, double-digit goals, double-digit assists. Nobody really talked about him, but great player. He can hit you on free kicks. He can hit you in the box. Scores anywhere in the box.
And Destro's kind of a stalwart of Serie A as well.
Yes,
he's been around the block.
Definitely been around the block. So yeah.
And also, just gonna pick out Parisi. We have had links with him in the past couple weeks.
21 years old, Italian left back.
Yeah. So
10 matches, 1 goal.
maybe.
So
Young though. It's just like Cambiaso is. I mean, why did we get Cambiaso and now look at Parisi? I don't know how solid that rumor is.
Yeah. So injury report, Pogba's obviously out. DeCilio's got that thigh injury and he's out early November. Ake is out early November. I'm kind of curious to see how we actually factor Ake into the team. Caio George, he's still alive. That's all I have on him.
He's still alive.
Vincent Bremer, he's out until early November. Angel Di Maria out until early November. And then for them, they're missing Tonelli. They're missing Acapro. And then
Tonelli's actually a big loss for them. He's tough.
And then the same goes for Ismaili as well. They're missing Ismaili. And then Grassi with a rib injury, he is listed as doubtful. So, and then some of our insights here. So we're ranked 7 in goals scored, so 1.3. So Juventus and Empoli have not drawn any of their last 10 matches against each other. We split last year with 1 loss and 1 win. Dusan is the competition. Serie A's top scorer with 6.
Which I think, just as another aside here, people have been crapping on Dusan a bit. Twitter, I should say. Twitter has been crap. He's been doing better than he has at the start of last season, and he is currently the league's top scorer. So really, I mean, if you've had those thoughts, let's just say reconsider at this moment.
Yeah, I also watched that Calcio Boys video because he talks about that.
Yes, there you go. Another
And then,
plug for the boy.
so the other thing too here, so with Empoli, they're ranked 12th in goals scored per match, so 0.9 goals. So they're like Torino. They don't really score consistently. They're unbeaten in 4 away games. That is interesting. And then Liam Henderson has created the most big chances for Empoli, which is 3. And I think he's on their bench. He's not even listed as a projected starter. Yeah. So looking at team form. So form-wise, we're about even. We're about
Yeah.
even. We only have one more win than they do, and that's the Champions League win with Maccabi. So 2 teams looking at consistency. But again, the one thing that I will say here is that Empoli's only been scoring 1 goal per match. They have not gone to 2. So that's something to notice as well. So Empoli has struggled to score more than 1 goal per match.
Perfect. We need 2. 2-1 is my prediction.
All we need is 2. So Juve 9 wins, Empoli's 1 win, which was last season. And there isn't really any other projected news on there, but
so I'm trying to show Sam's message right now, but my dog decided to sit right beside me, and her face is right where my mouse is. And every time I reach for the mouse, she nudges my arm up for a pet, and I can't get my mouse.
I got you. So then Sam is talking about saying that I forgot Gatti. LOL. How could you do that? How dare you? Gatti should be playing game in, game out. He's a beast with huge potential and only improves when he plays game in, game out. My only concern is why is Rugani beating him in training?
Just experience. I'm gonna say experience. I don't know.
That's what I'm gonna say because we talked about that yesterday. I was a little bit skeptical. We were like, what the hell's going on over there? KB says clean sheet.
Going for the clean sheet. Oh yeah.
Got to throw some fabric softeners on those sheets. And then Gatti to Bremer next summer while Benucci is poo-poo. Like the article said, he's no spring chicken. Gatti and Bremer could be a solid duo. Yeah, I do think so too. I think I think for sure they need to play together to get solid for sure. So I did some image stuff that I took from Empoli. Not really that much on Empoli scoring wise, but thing is like I like to say, they score shithouse goals. So this is kind of the play. I believe this was the recent game. Oh, this was the recent game against Monza that they won 1-0. So this was the initial play. So this is a lob into the box. It looked like it's going to be a tap in, but instead he actually taps it into the keeper. And then number 52 over here comes in and hits the loose ball into the net. So just loose defensive play by Monza. And see right there where he taps that boy in. So this is another goal that they scored. I believe this was a chance against Monza again, but they missed. But again, look, Monza's defending absolutely atrociously. You have a free guy in the box like that. The only thing is he needs to finish it and put it into the net, what Empoli didn't do. So Empoli is really struggling with scoring goals this season. This is the game against Torino this is Torino. I think it is Torino. So this ball gets crossed in again. He runs into the space, taps in, gets a goal. This goal is the goal that they scored against Roma. We took that image there, but surprisingly, so this was lofted in. He's able to head it in over Rui Patricio from that angle. So it's a perfect shithouse goal. Because how that goes in from here to there, I don't even know. But again, there isn't really much of a tactical breakdown of Empoli because they don't really have a tactical system. It's kind of like Torino, where they prey on your downfall, and when they prey on your downfall, they strike.
Schoolyard rules, man.
It's pickup soccer. I mean, Empoli just kind of plays pickup soccer. It's the best tactic that they play. Yeah. They sit back deep, wait for you to make a mistake, and they push forward. That's kind of what they did with Milan. They set players back down deep, forced Milan, caught Milan off guard, and could have scored more against them, but they only scored one. But Empoli has a very bad finishing problem. This is something that's been apparent in their games because I do follow Bayrami. I'm a huge fan of him, so I do follow Empoli games a lot, and there are a lot of instances where Empoli just struggles with finishing really, really bad.
So he's your local hero in a sense. For the
Yeah, I
Albanian
mean,
community.
pretty much. And I'm gonna be right back. I hear some beeping.
Oh, the alarm system's going off again, guys. And I swear, I'm trying to get to your comments, but my dog's still touching my arm away. There, she went to lay down. Yeah. Now we will try to be the team that now we will be the team they do a comeback on, like Monza. SMFH.
Please don't say that. As I'm with my Allegri profile picture in the background.
Rumor injury just ruin any hope. I'm very pessimistic. Yeah, you're in a bad mood today, Sam. Snap out of it, dude.
You know,
We're
Sam,
all happy. We're all good.
This is what this stuff back here is for.
Look at the screen because everyone loves kittens. This should make you happy.
Hey, I'm just saying, you might be a little bit upset, but at the end of the game, when everything goes down, we'll all just be yelling.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam says he'll be watching and praying. Allegri prof picks to scare us away. Yeah, why is that?
I did it yesterday. I wanted or not.
Okay.
Remember when I had to do the cameo when I was at the restaurant when I was calling in the show?
Yes.
Yeah. So I was like, instead of having like a blank space where it was nothing, I was like, I'll just put Allegri's face on there.
Fair enough. That works. See, yeah. Sam's laughing now. Kittens. Everyone loves kittens. How could you not? I mean, then they grow up and they turn to assholes, but when they're kittens.
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
We have another one.
Another what?
Kid. When you're just like, yeah, they grow up and be a teenager, and then you decide, and you're just like,
shit. Here we go
again.
Here we go again. Yeah. Oh, man. All right. So, I mean, is there anything else? You guys have any last questions?
Yeah, any last hot takes? Anything you guys want to get off your chest?
Otherwise, I'll kind of just recap for those who missed it.
Or like
tomorrow. It all depends on how early I get home from work. But I am doing the watch along, and for as soon beforehand of the game actually starting, I'm going to be linking up with Kevin. He's going to be coming and streaming straight from the stadium. And we're going to give you basically like pitch level. I mean, first row stand level, let's say, perspective of the game tomorrow. So hit that up. Like I said, if you do not like doing the watch along thing, it's not your thing, whatever, check that pregame out, because where else are you getting that unless you're lucky enough to have like a Sky Sports or any of those cable networks.
Sam wants to see the starting 11 again. Okay. Yeah, give me 1 second.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
In the meantime, Andrew, a shout out to Farhad. I will let him know. He's a busy man these days. But we'll let him know. He's always got time for a message.
There,
and a shout out to Juventus Fan Club Hollywood. Yeah, shout out to Juventus Fan Club Hollywood. I've seen some of your stuff on social media. So yeah, thanks for joining in.
Cool. So there's that starting lineup for you, Sam. The projected lineup, not the confirmed, but AKA boss.
yeah.
You know, he hates when we call him that. It's funny because like we'll say, "Hey, boss man," he's like, "Guys, just stop doing that."
Which we don't. Okay, yeah. So starting 11. So Milik, Vlahovic, Kostic, Rabiot, Locatelli, McKennie, Quadrado, Sandro, Bonucci, Danilo, and Tech. It's 3-5-2.
2K's like, I'm about McKennie, and that starting 11 is an L. Saying this is an American. Hey man, maybe he got some fire Chipotle.
Are we both trying to do this at the same time? Is that why we
No,
keep
I didn't click it. I think you just double clicked it.
Oh, no, that's me. I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
Yeah, because look, my mouse is still on the screen. See?
Okay, and I don't even have the excuse of my dog messing me up again. I'm full of it tonight, guys.
Hey,
But
McKenny's
I am
getting
excited.
a goal, guys. Y'all be talking schmack about McKenny. He about to smack you with that Big Mac goal.
Oh, you better believe it. I mean,
KB
come on, guys. Like we're gonna win this one. Chipotle gives me fire. All right.
Oh yeah?
At the back end,
That's weird. Like you can't play it multiple, but just
Yeah,
want
you
to
can
take a
put it
minute.
onto loop. You can put it onto
I don't
loop.
want. I could put it on loop, but I do want to just take a moment for KB's. You know what?
And I'm just gonna start deleting these on you.
It's like, ah, man, what the?
You know this stream has really come to its end when the chat is just tossing shit at the chat window, whatever. Like we're all downhill. We're all off the tracks.
Yeah, they're
Every
probably
last one of you,
sitting
you're
there.
all at fault along with us.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
They're probably
Yeah,
just
but
looking
they-
at us and like these guys. I mean, unless it's KB. KB's just sitting there reading the chat and he's just like,
Oh man. Well, in that case, another comment. It's like Taco Bell. Do not go to Taco Bell. That is bad time. Why is Sam crying for Valverde? Something happened to him? Did I miss some news?
is there news on Valverde? Val who? Which
He's
Valverde?
smiling. It's a smile cry. But,
Do
well,
we-
it's Valverde. Was that a typo?
have
Did we
one of
miss
those?
something, Sam? What are you talking
Do I need to play the clip, the breaking news thing? Is there breaking news?
Is there breaking news?
I don't know. Let me Google it real quick.
I'm blaming the chat. You guys just completely derail us.
No, there isn't a Valverde news.
Oh, because he's a beast. I want him in my
Oh, he wants
Okay.
Valverde from Real
and
Madrid.
KB would like him as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
too
if-
bad. His
yeah.
like price tag's like 300 million at this point. Dude's like top 3 midfielder right now.
Nah, he's apologizing. Yeah, you got us going, man.
Yeah, I know. You
Strung
got
us
us
along.
excited. I was gonna play it and we're gonna do something crazy, like because like it's been working really well. So breaking news, this is just in. We're gonna be ending the stream soon because we've been going on for too long.
That's exactly like saying when somebody goes up for a speech, I'm not going to take too much of your time, so I'll keep
And then-
it quick. That
yeah.
was way too many words right there. Just shut up and tell me what I need to know.
Yeah, everybody's like, land the damn airplane, guys. Jeez, you've been going on forever.
Oh, man. You know how I forced the matter, though? It's just by playing this.
That's what she said.
Oh, boy. Okay, let's kill this. Of course, we'll be back. Check in about half hour before the game starts, and we should have a stream going by about that time. So,
Absolutely. So,
in that case,
let me take it away for you. So, everybody, thanks for watching the stream. Make sure you smack that like button like your mama taught you. And also, poke that subscribe button. Slide in that share button. And thanks for stopping by and watching, everybody. I'm not going to whisper anymore. It's a little bit weird. Everyone's looking at me like, what the hell is this guy doing? But anyways, do those housekeeping things. Like, share, subscribe to all of our ninja watchers because, guys, in the analytics, we know you exist. But other than that, guys, check in tomorrow, half hour before game time. We're going to have Kevin streaming live from El Stadiumi, Allianz Arena, Stadium, whatever. Don't care. It's all named the same. But thanks, guys. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you when we see you.
Yeah. See you tomorrow, guys. Take care. I love you all. And thanks for
2K, I saw
joining
that.
in. Yeah, actually just like okay. Well, let's kill it before there's any more damage here. See you
Quick, everybody,
guys
run,
later.
run, close the door. Mom,
Go,
I don't know what
go,
you're talking
now,
about.
now,
What,
no.
what?
Ah, oh my god.